The new Amazon show Secret Level was just revealed not too long ago and so far looks amazing. But this could possibly mean something more for shows or anime based around video games. Yeah, Edgerunners and Arcane both prove this concept can work, but Secret Level may be the next stepping stone for this medium and may be able to capture a wider audience. Now, how can this be a stepping stone for video game shows? If this show is successful enough, this can open up doors for a wider variety of adaptations. The sheer amount of games that have been announced for this show already is crazy. When I first heard about it, I thought only a couple of games at most were going to be shown, and ones with deeper lore attached to it already. Not only are there an abundance of games attached to this show, but the variety of them are kind of mind-blowing. You obviously have the deep lore games like Sifu, God of War, and Warhammer to name a few, but you also got shit like Spelunky, Crossfire, and Honor of Kings, which is a MOBA phone game. Like, what the fuck? Okay. Even Pac-Man is gonna make an appearance somehow. If this show is good enough, I feel like they can continue on with the most popular stories, or another studio can come in and make their own show attached to some specific IP. For example, if the Warhammer episode is good enough and the audience loves it, this concept can easily be expanded on by the studio at any point. Think Love, Death, and Robots and how they'll sometimes go back to those 3 robot characters with some episodes. By the way, if you don't know, the studio that made Love, Death, and Robots is making this show, so I have really high hopes that it's gonna be good. Not only that, but it seems like some episodes are going to have original stories with the established characters. If we take a look at the trailer, we can catch a glimpse of Kratos, but look at the background. This doesn't look like the environment we usually see Kratos in. We got modern buildings and cars parked in the background. So either this is going to be an original story somehow connected to Kratos, or maybe he traveled through time. Who knows? But if the episode works, it'll show everybody that original stories can be told in this format with existing characters that people are already attached to. Not only that, but people that know nothing about these games will be able to understand what's going on, since it will be an original story. And with this being an anthology, the possibilities are endless just because of the sheer amount of games there are. On the flip side, I do have some worries. We rarely get good adaptations like this, and I feel like if this show is a complete failure, which I don't really think it will be, but if it is, then I think the future of shows like this may be pretty grim. And even if the show is successful, there's some bad that may come with it too. So if this show fails, I feel like more studios will look at this as being a bad idea and not even try to make adaptations, or be more hesitant to try things like this with video game stories in general. With the potential success of the show, I fear that too many studios might try and make their own adaptations.
What?
Now, this doesn't sound bad, but I see it as a double-edged sword. On one end, fans will have more content and shows, but on the other, what if it becomes oversaturated with everyone trying to make their own stories, or take too many liberties with established IPs? Imagine if we had a Ring of Power scenario with something like Warhammer or God of War. People would be pissed. I just want to talk about Secret Level because I'm so excited for this show to come out soon. I can't wait to see what they got cooking up, especially since it comes from the studio that made Love, Death, and Robots, a show in which I'm a huge fan of. I remember when Love, Death, and Robots came out back in 2019. It was a huge breath of fresh air. Every episode was beautiful to look at and the stories were just as intriguing, and I'm hoping Secret Level will bring the same feeling. Just be prepared for those short episodes and years of waiting for seasons.